There's still time to get half off your registration price at Equip. Use Brian's special link in the description.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, today, finally getting her back on the show. Once every 6 months at this point in life.
It just gets progressively longer.
When it was just us.
I see how it is, Ryan. You just don't want me on the show.
The show is sagging. We got to get the downloads back up and get the views going. Let's get the wife back on. Actually, question for you. Before we had Emmy, who's our 3-year-old daughter.
What did we do with our life? I don't know.
Yeah, oh my God.
I don't know.
Folks, I could literally,
so much time.
I could build Amazon pre-kids. What was I doing with my time?
I don't know.
What, like, you have no idea. And if you have kids, you can relate. You're like, how does anybody get anything done? It's a miracle the world gets a thing done when you have kids with sniffy noses and
stomach bug. We just did that.
Stomach virus for the kids.
In a camper.
What else? Sports, gymnastics.
I think that is what it's giving us.
Soccer.
Sniffle.
Yeah, dude. The kids' sports are just a germ factory for any kid under 5. The following week you're getting hit with something. But I was going to say, we launched the podcast, in like 19 or 20, because right at COVID. And I think we had just had Emmy.
No.
She was in August of 20?
Was pregnant with Emmy and didn't know it at that LAL. And then Paul Jameson helped us set it up or whatever. And then...
Yeah. So then 6 months, 8 months later.
9 months later.
Yeah, supposedly.
Or 8 months, whatever.
Okay, so that's why, like, you've been less and less on the podcast. Because initially I'm thinking you were on like every third or fourth show.
I was on pretty often, yeah.
For sure. And then it's like once a quarter.
It was like once a week. Now it was every 6 weeks. Now it's like every 6 months.
Yeah. So this is my beautiful wife, Elizabeth, also known as Brian's wife, according to Google searches, which is a real thing for anybody.
I don't even want to talk about it.
It's like you didn't even have a name according to Google because people just type in Brian's Lawn Maintenance
wife
and Brian's Lawn Maintenance net worth.
Yeah, which is
$12. Especially
-$12.
-$12 now. Yeah, I don't know. Like, do they count my mortgage debt? Because like I'm in the hole like for a long ass time, right? Just kidding. We should be able to hopefully pay this thing off before you know it.
We've cash flowed a lot.
We've done a decent job. I'll admit. I'm impressed.
I'm proud of us.
The Titanic has hit glaciers and icebergs and has taken on water, but
literally
we are plugging holes. And I don't wish the last 9 months of my life on anyone. People are like, oh, the dream is great. The dream is real. I'm like,
I feel like we need to do like once we're out of the it,
yeah,
we need to tell like a tell all about living in a camper.
It's like somebody surviving the Titanic crash and then telling their story. Yeah. It's like, 30 years later, it's still not enough time.
No.
So maybe I'll feel more ambitious. I have no idea what we're doing in life. It's been a wild couple of weeks.
But we officially got our move-in date on the house. If anybody is super curious about our personal life.
Tons of people are pumped. Dylan Stevenson texted me this morning.
Really?
Yeah, he saw your stories. First time you've storied on Instagram
in a long time. Because I always have the kids and I don't like sharing them on social media anymore. So it's like hard for me to participate in society.
Well, Dylan's like, dude, he's like, you're going to be so happy, so excited, so glad, everything. I'm like, dude, I said, we've been in a camper almost to the date for 12 months. It will be
a year to the date. A year and 1 day in the camper.
Yeah.
Brian, that's insane.
Well, hold on.
It's supposed to be like a couple months Band-Aid.
I texted him. I said, the fact that we're still married, the kids are still alive, and I haven't murdered my dog, I said, is like a telltale sign that
God. It is God.
Somebody's grace, God's grace, because it has been the wildest journey. If for anybody who's maybe a newer listener to the show, all 6 of you, we're building our custom home. It's been a dream come true. It's been a long time in the making. We've always been big home buddies. First time we met and we were dating, we would go to new construction open houses.
That was what we would do for like date nights. Yeah,
literally, we would go to Barnes and Noble, get coffee and magazine.
Read their magazines for free.
Watch the Rob Report. Find one that was sliced open because I ain't paying $8.99 for a magazine. And we would just dream, and we would do the broke, dinks, dual income, no kids, newlywed. Everybody's done this. Like your date night was go split Chipotle, or go split an entree at Applebee's or whatever. And then we were all big homebodies though. We'd always go to these open houses, Cranbrook, Toll Brothers, bunch of private, other small builders at home.
We always wanted someplace to host our friends. We lived in a 700 square foot apartment, for those of you who aren't familiar with our story, for like 7 years. Like, I mean, we were excited that you could plug in the vacuum cleaner in one spot and vacuum the entire apartment. Like, that was the selling point.
For sure. You could horseshoe from the living room to the bedroom.
And not only was it like a 7-year-old, or like we were in the apartment for 7 years, 700 square feet, it was also like it had 12-year-old carpet. And like each year we renewed our lease, they gave us a can of Kills because our bathroom just would grow mold. Like
it was so bad.
It was a trap house, honestly. Bad. It was so, looking back, it was so
But we made it nice.
So bad. But I would still have people over, and I had a table. I have pictures of this.
Yep.
Our kitchen table used to be my grandmother's, and it was one of those tables you can put a leaf in, and we, instead of the leaf, would extend it even more with a big piece of plywood.
We took a sheet of plywood legit from Home Depot, had them cut it 3 times, and we extended this table, like no jit, 20 feet.
Like we would go from like our dining area, because it didn't have a room,
into
like the door wall of the living room. And I'd put a tablecloth over it, and I would make, we'd have nacho nights. We do all these fun things. I love hosting. I love feeding people. And Friendsgiving. Like, I loved this stuff. So I always wanted a place to like actually be able to host people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're finally like...
It is like, we're actually in the camper right now, real time. Grandma's got the kids in the barn. They're playing. They love going to the barn. I'm staring at the house out one of the camper windows here, the RV door. And I'm just like, dude, like the other day it hit me. And then, for about 3.5 seconds, I got emotional. And then I was like, oh yeah, I got overages and I still got the lawns and I got snow quotes. So like that was a fleeting feel, but we're almost there.
Almost there. We got 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And
so
one of those weeks we're at Equip.
And then 3 days, we're basically at LAL, November 1st, 2nd, 3rd for that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We actually stay at the hotel with you guys on site. Even though we only live 30 minutes away, it just makes sense because we do bring the kids because we're all attached to the hip because we're that kumbaya family. But then, it is really convenient in the future. Like folks know, if you know, you go to LAL once or twice. You've been every year, or 4 out of 5 years, or 5 out of 6 years, right? Or 6 out of 6. Like a lot of you guys have. Like people get the hotel room before they get the ticket. This year we changed it to you don't get the reservation link for the hotel until you get a ticket, because we would sell out 50 hotel rooms that they give us
and have like 30 tickets.
And have like 20 tickets sold. I'm like, well, that doesn't do anything for anybody. And then God forbid anybody cancels and throws the room back in the room block, that whole deal. So it's one of those deals where the whole hotel is sold out. So we're staying there with you guys too. And then that way we can just wake up and go to the conference.
Be there.
Yeah. But
we did that last year. It was so nice.
Yeah, for sure. That was the first time we did that. It was incredible. Like, why didn't we do that way back in the day? But then that Sunday night, we should be hopefully staying the first night in the house, which will be really, really cool. And so, side note, we have not ordered any furniture.
The Jennings are staying with us.
The Jennings are trying to bum a room. He's like, hey man, you got this big house. You got can I sleep in a bed? Do you got a bed?
You have a mattress.
I got an air mattress because that's about all that's going to be left.
Mattress.
Yeah. So, well, last night we were on Pottery Barn and just, a couple other websites. The cost
of furniture is insane. And so we realized like halfway through this process, we had no furniture. I feel like everybody does this. And because our builder was like, hey, by the way,
now's a good time to order.
Yeah. And looking at when things would ship, I was like, it's not even worth it. I'm going to wait. I have a list of things we want.
Even if
Black
we order
Friday,
now, nothing's in.
Even if I order now, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to get here before Christmas or anything.
Which I thought was wild.
It's just how post-COVID, that's just how it is.
Yeah, I was insane. Like, who doesn't have chairs or a table?
That's how everything has been though, Brian. Like all of our light fixtures, like everything. It's like a catalog world where you look at something and then you order it. Like
basically mail order, whatever you call it. Yeah, that is kind of crazy because I thought you guys were all joking. I'm like, and he's like, this was in August or July even, maybe Mike was saying this and Andy was saying, to get some stuff ordered. Anyway, but so even if we ordered it today, it wouldn't be here until Christmas. By the time we pick
things out and like going room by room to see what we want in it, I'm like, now that I've got it all figured out, but Black Friday is like basically around the corner.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we
I
can
might as well
wait
a couple weeks and see if I actually wrote down the prices of stuff too, because I feel like they jack it up and then like mark it down. It's the same
for
price.
Sure.
It makes me so mad. Like I will not buy from a retailer if I see that, just because it like the
JCPenney gets racked in every year's Kohl's, Macy's. They all do the same thing. I'll get this polo. It was $69. Now $49.
Doing that with stuff.
Well, with my snow contracts, I say this is pre-season pricing through the end of October. After that, I've never really went to guns, but I'm going to, make the rate go up 20%, I guess. But I literally have just shot a couple emails this morning saying we need to have an answer on snow by 10/18, which is next week, Friday. After that, preseason pricing is done. And we actually got 3 commercial sites today, which is really, really cool. So that was huge win. 3 new commercial sites, all on the route, all where we want them to be. And I'm really pumped. And I have a 4th one that's out there, which is a big one. And I'm really hoping to get that. One's next to one that we already do. I'm looking to get a friend showed some interest in putting a skid on site. I'm looking to see if I can get an Arctic pusher sectional with that, and he can do those 2 sites, and hopefully maybe even drive it down the road, 1/8 of a mile down the road, and knock out 2 other giant sites. So, man, it is busy. It's busy.
This is like the busiest. I was at like a mom group. I go to a Momco. I don't know if you guys know. Probably don't care.
Yeah, we all care about Momco.
Nobody cares about Momco. We were all talking about like the season of like busyness and stuff coming up with the holidays. I'm like, ours like has already started. I feel like this is like the busiest season of our whole year. The fall. I used to think it was spring, like the spring rush. The spring rush is nothing. I've had newborns in the spring rush. Like we've done but there isn't like hard. Like,
other than getting over like mulch, getting a couple hundred yards of mulch installed. After that, my stress level goes from my nose to my ankles. The fall, I'm like, I'm literally. Am I not? I've told everybody on the last like half dozen podcasts. Literally right now, I'm up from 4:30 to 10:30, like 11 o'clock at night. Is that true or no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Literally you're up at like 5 a.m.
If not sooner, dude. Literally every day, and I still cannot get everything done. It's like 5 o'clock on a weekday, and I'm like, Liz, where did the day go? And I know
it's 4:38 right now, and it feels like it should be 2 p.m.
I'm not even in the field. I want to be in the field. I want to get some video, hang out with the guys, help them a little bit here and there. Just get some last final touches. Check out my beds for weeding, mid-month, end of month, and I'm just like. There's just not enough time in the day. I mean, like either I'm doing too much or the day needs to be longer. I don't know one of the two. But anyway, so we just thought we'd come at you guys for a little bit here with a little life update. Equip Expo's next week. Super pumped about that. We're going to be leaving. What day are we leaving?
Monday.
Are we going to leave on Monday?
I don't know.
I think we have a Monday night and then all the way through Friday night, Saturday morning.
Our anniversary, 10 years.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Last night I really thought about. I was like, dude, I have no gift right now. And then you came back from the mom's group and like, this lady sitting next to me had a 3-carat ring, and I'm like,
I thought it was she's our neighbor. Like it was such a small. Like I don't know. I've like I'm starting to come into my own as like a mom and like a business owner and finding my groove. Like really, all I do with the businesses now is help behind the scenes with the events, and then we have Bethany who fills in the gaps, and it's just been really good. We talked about today actually, like the different like. There's so many moms that like, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, there's still things that you do. And like, if you're a working mom, like there's still like stay-at-home mom things you do. Like every mom works and every mom moms. Like
for sure.
But she's our neighbor. And like, I thought it was so cool. And I was trying to explain who she is. And I was like, oh, she's the rich neighbor down the road. And like, I don't know. Like,
hey man, make friends, that's all. Hopefully they got a wealthy
It was cool though.
family.
These women think I'm insane, I think, because I like my first day, I missed the first week. I come in. And the first thing I hear, I sit down and it's like, oh my gosh, are you Elizabeth Fullerton? And I'm like, of course, waiting for like, oh, my husband watches your husband cut grass on YouTube. And she goes, and it's not totally different. She goes, oh, I deliver all of your DoorDash. And then you live in the camper. And she's like very loud, nice woman. And so the whole room now knows like our family's addicted to DoorDash and I live in a camper. Cool.
They make an announcement or something? Like the whole room knows? Like you on stage, like, hi, my name
loud.
is. Oh, yeah, that's even great.
She's a great. I really like. She was very.
Isn't that one lady who wants to see the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, with her daughter.
Yeah.
She's like, my daughter's gonna be an interior designer. She's like 12, and I'm like, she's probably gonna be like 20 different things between now and 18. But anyway.
Oh, she's really nice.
No, she's really nice. And she has delivered our food probably
100 times.
I was gonna say 20, but
I can't wait to just have a counter. Like, let alone it took me. Our oven for some reason turns off like just randomly.
We could literally go for 2 hours about how
all the different
wacky life is right now.
Random things, and this sounds obviously this is self-inflicted. So this is not a woe is me.
No. Buying a camper is self-inflicted. The stuff that's breaking in it is totally like.
But I kind of understand.
Not my problem. My fault.
From like a perspective of like people are like.
You chose this life.
No, like
life chose you.
This is gonna sound awful. There's no good way to say this, but like homeless people, like it's hard when you're homeless to get on your feet and not like. Why don't homeless people just get a job? Because they're literally worried about the day to day. Like I kind of get that perspective now, where like. Yeah, I have like a million things to do, but like my sink is draining into a bucket. My washing machine is flooding. Like I'm just worried about surviving. Like I can't imagine being like actually homeless. Do you know what I mean? Like I not that we're homeless, it's self-inflicted. Like I'm not saying that we're like, oh, woe is me. But like just that, I've never really understood that perspective before. Like, not that I've been like, see a homeless people like, I get a job, but like people say that a lot, you know? How can they when they're like so focused on the day, like hand to mouth, you know?
That's us. We're homeless.
We live in a paper mache box.
We live in 300 square feet. This thing is like 9 feet.
Full of like 10,000 square feet worth of stuff.
It's like 380 square feet.
We've gone through 4 seasons of clothes.
But I was thinking too, like that's like the total footprint, like, 9 by 40 or 9 by 38. Like that doesn't count. Like actual movable space is half of that because there's walls and furniture.
I'm pretty sure that includes the cargo space down below.
The washer and dryer, washer doesn't no longer work. The stove doesn't keep lit. The oven doesn't keep on. The sink macerator pump failed. I think I burned it out, and so it doesn't pump out the water anymore from the sink. So we unhooked that. Jamie Fi knows what I'm talking about, and so now it drains into a bucket. The water when you turn the water on.
Ryan, you can't tell people this.
Listen, the water when they turn the water on takes about 30 to 60 seconds for the instant hot water heater to actually warm. And so by the time you do that, the bucket's already a third full. I do about 6 dishes, and then the bucket's full on a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket, and I throw it out the front door. While 7 different tradespeople are at my house all day long building this beautiful home, and I'm throwing 4-gallon
the door
buckets
like
of
a slop bucket. This is so ghetto. This is so ghetto.
Our trim carpenter,
people are dying. This is so ghetto.
Our trim carpenter Gary goes, yeah, I saw you throwing buckets of water out the front door. He goes, I just thought you had a leak or something. I'm like, nope, just doing dishes. Just doing dishes. And then there's like 10 more things. So they got about 3 more weeks. Then we're gonna empty this thing out in a good week, and then I'm taking this to. I hope, unless somebody else wants to. But then I'm going to send it to General RV for some warranty repair work. And it's going on Marketplace, and I am selling this thing by the end of the year if I can. I don't care what I get for it almost, other than what do I owe on it, and I am out of this thing. And I know we'll get what we owe on it because we got a pretty good price on it. But that being said, you want to buy a fifth wheel camper, it'll be basically brand new because it'll get all warrantied out.
All the warranty work.
All the warranty work. So it'll be basically spotless, and we'll already go through the whole punch list for you. So.
Winter is fast approaching, and if there's one thing lawn care pros know, preparation is key. Whether you're handling commercial or residential services, securing your snowplow contracts now is crucial. And here's the best part. Our contracts have just been updated. Locking in your contracts now stabilizes your winter income, letting you plan and allocate resources with confidence. Get immediate access to the Snowplow Contracts Bundle training program today at launchpreneuracademy.com. Our updated structured contracts show that you're serious about delivering top-notch service. Whether it's a commercial property or a residential driveway, you're giving clients the peace of mind they deserve. And of course, stay ahead of the competition. With flexible contract options, per push or seasonal prepay, you'll be the go-to provider in your area. Serving large businesses or individual homeowners, we've got you covered. If you're ready to elevate your winter services, head over to Launchpreneur Academy and secure your updated snowplowing contracts now. And yes, they include free lifetime updates. Don't wait for the first snowflake. Get started today and make this your most profitable winter yet. Visit launchpreneuracademy.com, and we've provided a link in the podcast description.
But that being said, we're not taking it to Equip Expo this year. We're going to stay at a hotel. I don't think I could live in a camper. I'm never going to do a camper ever again.
You are so dead set on like this.
Never 100. Not
thing.
It would have to be literally a $1 million diesel motor coach tour bus, type. Those high-end ones. Mm-hmm. And even then, I'm sure stuff still breaks. So, nope. I have decided fifth wheel camping. I was all about it.
You were so gung-ho that we were going to be camper family for life.
We are never. I might buy like a toy hauler one day to haul toys.
Just
but
no. I will not participate in that.
No. It just, I see that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to justify it. Tell me no.
I don't like driving. So like that's already in.
Somebody, if I have weak knees and I start saying I'm going to buy a camper,
slap him for me.
Everybody slap me and tell me, hey, no, we're not doing that. So Equip Expo's next week. Super pumped about that. We haven't talked our schedule yet, but are you making it in a couple days? It sounds like probably Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, probably not so much.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why not Friday?
Nothing's really happening on Friday. Friday's like I was just talking to somebody the other day. Friday's like, you just drop gears, from 5th, 6th gear to like 2nd gear. And there's not really too much going on Friday. I mean,
Friday's our anniversary, buddy.
I'm saying nothing at the show, buddy. Friday, we get out, and then we're going to a steakhouse dinner sometime later that afternoon, evening. We still need to make that reservation, by the way. But that's where we're going to go have.
We're going to be so tired.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be like an hour and a half dinner. I'm going to like fist bump him like 10 years.
Anniversary.
And then I open up the piece of jewelry box, and I'm like, look, this Tiffany solitaire diamond that's worth $50,000. Thanks for pushing out my babies and building a home with me.
We have no money.
Yeah, there's no money left. No.
Anything like that.
In terms of money, we have no money. No, actually, as soon as like fall finishes up, I am so pumped to recharge the bank account. I was just talking about that.
And I'm so charged and pumped up to empty it, buying all that furniture.
Dude, for real, there goes another 10 grand.
A couch is like $6,000.
No. No, you're not buying a $6,000 couch.
I'm just saying a couch, not our couch. A couch.
Yeah, you're not buying a $6,000 couch.
I'll give you our couch is going to be made out of
$2,300 couch. I'll make a couch. I'll go to Joann's and get 2x4s.
Oh my God, I'd love to see that couch.
That'd be hilarious.
Actually, you could probably do it. You could recover a couch, a home ec assistant.
Man. Listen. Our couple friend Chris and Wendy, they just closed on a beautiful home. They're actually going to be moving in before we do. Chris goes, if you would have told me that I would have found, closed, and moved into a home before you guys did this summer, he goes, I would have laughed at you. And lo and behold, they're going to be moving in, I think this weekend or next.
At this point, your brother's going to buy and sign and move into a house faster than we were.
So that being said, I was talking to him driving home the other day, and he goes, where are you guys buying furniture? I go, I don't know. Where are you buying furniture? I said, Gardner White, Ashley, Pottery Barn. I don't know. And we haven't bought furniture in 4 or 5 years since the old place.
We have a sectional. I hate calling it that. It's a love sack sectional.
Sure.
We just had to buy new covers for it to match the new house, but otherwise it's like a steel frame. It's like in really good shape.
Yeah, we're gonna probably retool it for like $1,500.
So that'll go in the basement eventually, and then we need like 2 love seats and like 2 armchairs for upstairs.
A bed frame downstairs, a bed frame upstairs for the master.
Bar stools or some kitchen counter stools.
That's pretty much it.
I would eventually like a new dining table.
Yeah, well,
there's nothing wrong with the one that you have.
But that right there, dude, I put it all back in the shopping cart, Pottery Barn, and then the other website. It was like. Dude, it's like $9,000.
Yep.
$9,000. Does anybody not think that that's a lot of money listening in? Like I just went to Home Depot, to Site One. I bought 2 bags of grass seed, 2 bags of starter fert, a Red Bull, 6 bags of topsoil, which are like $3.75 each. Anyway, it was like $360.
Yeah. Remember this. The next time somebody gives you pushback on like, I don't know, this price increase, $5 is a whole lot of increase on the lawn.
I'm like, I just spent $360 on grass seed, on nothing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's insane how much life costs. I don't know what other way to say it. And then you're like, well, we didn't do chairs, and these chairs are $390 each. And I'm like,
no, I was showing you the inspiration, and I was going to find something that looked like that.
Yeah, but then you go to like Amazon, and the same chair that's supposedly like it's like $120, and you're like, yeah. And then you look at the photo reviews, and they're all chipped and dented and breaking. You're like, yeah, nice furniture is nice. Like that's a fact.
Our couch was an investment, but it lasted.
Yeah, so that's good. So we're gonna go from living in the camper to Equip back home for a week back to LAL for 3 days, and then we should be moving into the house, and then all of our life problems are over after that.
Funny.
No, then it's the front landscaping, and then hopefully in a couple of years we can really recharge the bank account, put some big money together, and do the backyard. I'm going to do a pool patio. I just know that's going to be like $150,000 to $200,000, if not more. So that's probably more. So I do not have the money for that for the next 3 to 4 years, but when we are ready, we're definitely going to throw down, and it'll be a really fun.
We better, because I've got a pool bathroom, and it's a splash on the floor and tile. It'd be really awkward if we never put a pool in.
Yeah, that's a fact. Well, right now there's other stuff. Don't say anything for real. That we're looking to purchase and buy for the business.
I can't say anything.
Don't say anything, seriously.
Okay.
And then we're really pumped about that. Yeah, do not say that. This show gets out for sure, and everybody talks like no way. I'm like anxious on that one, so don't say anything. But because that'd be next 12, 18 months. If it goes right, we're pumped. Long story short. So anyway, what is he meaning?
I'm not good at keeping
No, for real. No, seriously. Anyway, pumped up about that. That's a little bit of a leave you hanging kind of a moment. But sorry, fast forward 30 seconds. But we're really pumped up about the future. We want to take the company to $1 million next year. I think we've got new trucks, new equipment for sure that we're going to be buying, throwing down. A lot of folks have heard me talk about that. Like, as cool as the backyard pool is to, throw 200 grand at, I'd much rather throw 200 grand at the business.
I will say, like,
or $500,000, whatever you got to do.
Nobody's gonna be like, oh, poor you building like your dream house. But like, really, it's this, building our house has been the dream for so long, but I'm to the point now where like, I'm ready to be done with it and like refocus on the business. Like
for sure.
I'm amazed that we even grew through this process, the little amount, like, I mean, not little, but like, we were able to grow the business through this process, which is insane, but not to the level that we like want to take the business next. No. And I'm just so excited to just refocus. Like it is like a huge monkey off of our backs. And like we've started dreaming again. Like the house for so long was like
eclipsed
everything. Like it was like the big thing for us. And it's like, okay, we've done like the big like dream that we've had on the board forever. What do we do? Like we kind of having like an identity crisis. And I'm so excited about
like, where we want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's very, very motivating. It's challenging. You started a new, that's not public, is it?
What?
The board? Is it? Because
not anymore.
Private that thing now. People are going to snoop on your Pinterest board.
Please don't snoop on my Pinterest board. It is unhinged. I have so many boards. And so many projects.
Anyway, we're saving photos. We're pumped up, getting some inspo. That's what we do. Like, if anybody's listening in and people are like, "Oh, you're building a dream house," like, lucky you, dude. Like, what? It was like a 9-year process to get this far, dude. Like, we bought land. Our finances were terrible in 14, 15, 16. Started getting our crap together in 16, 17, 18. Finally made some good headwind. 19, we bought our land, put some more money in the bank. Kept putting more money in the bank, growing the businesses, built the home the last 12, 18 months. And obviously still got the cash flow from both businesses, that are still there, which is great. So now we want to take that and grow a lot. I was talking to somebody just the other day at Troy Clogg's event, the Hot Pink Helpers golf outing. And he's like, really, really nice guy. He's been doing this for like legit 25 years. This like Italian, I don't know, kind of guy, really, really cool dude. And he's like, he goes, you run a company 20% at $5 million, you net $1 million, 1.2 off of that. He goes, that's a good business. That's a good life. He goes, that's manageable. It's easy, easier. He goes, if you're doing what Troy's doing, he goes, you're all in, like for sure, all in. But he goes, $5 million. He goes, you can get there. It doesn't take a long time. He goes, you get 10, what do you say? Like $10.5 million sites, or he was like, 100, whatever, 10 grand sites, whatever it was, and he's like, you can do this. He goes, don't overthink it. He goes, you can do it. And like, I was like, you think? Like, it was really encouraging because usually I'm that guy. I'm like, dude, just get some accounts, get some guys, you got this. And it just felt really encouraging to hear something like that. So I believe we can. I know we can, kind of a deal. And so I'm super pumped about that. And that starts basically November, December forward, man. It's time to start making moves. And we already are. I mean, we're already paddling with, I think, 8 to 10 commercial sites that I'm bidding on. We just got 3 back today. And 1 or 2 renewed even as well of our previous clients. So like, dude, I'm pumped. Like this winter is really actually growing more than I thought and what I anticipated. And I'm really hoping that we can continue to keep that momentum going through winter and, into next spring. Oh, and by the way, next year I'm not learning freaking LMN or building a house. What will I do with my life?
It's like the house has been like how you think about like, what did I do with my time before kids? Like literally every day, especially living here on site, we are so accessible to all of our contractors that it's like we can answer immediate questions. So
praise the Lord.
Yeah, obviously, but like there's immediate questions every single day. Like I woke up this morning, I'm trying to get ready to go to a meeting, and our electrician's like, "Hey, I need to know where you want dimmer switches, like right now." I'm like, "Bro,
yeah,
I'm looking for a shoe and like some clean socks." Okay,
yeah.
like
every day,
every single day there's something, and then every single day there's some sort of financial crisis with the house. Like not crisis, but like, oh, like we just got our shower door quote back. It's we forgot to include this one on the quote, and
they forgot a door,
an entire door, and it's not just any door. It's
$3,500
$3,500 worth of glass, and we're like,
like $3,500 for a glass door.
You know what?
That's the hell?
It's in the pool bathroom. So you know what? You don't have to put that in because then we can use that shower. Yeah.
But I'm like 35. I'm like, how'd you forget that? And the guy's like, well, when we were in there, I was getting attacked by bees because they were finishing up the trim, so I ran out and remember, but then forgot to write the quote down for it. So our quote that was already over, 10% from previous, year's quote, estimate what they're going to spend. I'm like, okay, fine. We're up 10% on that. Like, that's fine. I'll cash flow that. But then to be up
another
30%,
like an additional $3,500.
I was like,
and it's not just that one thing. It's things like that every single day. Like we are like, okay, we have all of our Decisions are made for the house. All of our, well, not decisions, because every day we're making a new decision. All of our like selections are made for the house.
But the dimmers, dude, 9 dimmers at $75 each. That's $650.
So that was today's like, what the hell?
That's absurd. It's so ridiculous. So anyway, nobody's going to be like, oh, poor victim.
Like,
poor
like,
victim.
People are dying. Like,
yeah, it's just a wild life right now. To be up, I'm super grateful, like you had just mentioned, and to also just to be done with it, God bless. Like, it's been super fun, super great. I'll never do it again. Never in 100 years. Never camper, never house. Stop that right now. It's not happening. I
want a lake cottage one day.
That's fine. Literally, we'll get a number. I'll get a budget. I'll throw in 20% overs because I know it's going to be, and then that's our number. And I'll never talk to you about the project. I'll come check it out a year later. Nope.
Brian is the most opinionated. Like, everywhere we go with all the vendors and everybody, they're like, wow, usually the husbands don't really have as many opinions as you do.
That's fair. That's fine. But, a lot of husbands don't work a decade towards a project and have an opinion on it. They get promoted to some executive at the bank making $200,000 and they go buy the $800,000 home and they're like, I don't care. I'm just lucky to be here.
What's crazy to look at, because we have like a good time marker, is looking at Crew, because Crew was born like a week after we started digging.
Is that crazy?
Crew's as old as our house is.
We've been building the home as long as we've been building him.
All this kid knows is like living in the camper.
Well, we got about 3 weeks left, for real. Like, for anybody who's send love, send prayers, send words of encouragement. I get people that shoot me like voice memo DMs of prayers, like just so much stuff like that. I just can't thank you guys enough. It's been a challenge. We talked about it at Trades. It's been testing on everybody's attitudes. The financial stuff, that's kind of expected, sort of unexpected, but also expected. Like, I knew it'd be an expensive year. I'm not super concerned about that. We've been working our butts off in both businesses to get to the finish line.
I'm excited to see next year with all the work. Like, you have to stretch yourself sometimes in life to do things like this. And like, yes, it's cool, obviously, seeing it pay for itself in the house. But next year we don't have the house to pay for, but the work is still there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, we can just compound on everything that we did this year.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the mortgage kicks in, but like all the extras I don't have to pay for. And obviously, we want to throw down for the front landscaping and fix some sod and some grass and all that kind of mess, and hopefully do a planting in our front pavers. But like,
Brian and the grass, it's like a war right now.
My grass is coming in, bro.
It's coming in nice.
I'm looking at my front lawn right now. It's looking not too bad. I'm just going to go out there right now and finish up my topsoil and.
Killed my clover. I had a lucky patch where I could find 4-leaf clovers, and it's gone.
Yep, nuked it, and I don't want to do weeds. It's our lawn. I want to weed.
Brian's like, Liz, you can't stop posting about the 4-leaf clovers on your stories. I'm a grass guy. I can't have clover lawn.
No, I have clover, creeping Charlie, whatever it's called, in my lawn, and that's a pain in the butt to get rid of, if anybody knows. So I'll have Bedell nuke that. Hopefully that patch glows green from March and April and May next year. Kids, don't play over there. Liz, don't go over there if you're pregnant, like one of those deals, and we'll keep people out of that area. So, but we'll get there. So it'll be good. What else you got for a life update? How are you? How are you doing?
Me?
Yeah. How are you hanging?
I have a brain cell left, but I'm here.
We're fried.
We are fried.
It's been a long.
I realized
12, 18 months.
It was nice. The almonds came up for our golf outing that we do every year with Hot Pink helpers. If you guys don't know about them, they breast cancer,
awareness and survival kind of stuff.
Yeah, they give funds directly to people going through it. It's not some big conglomerate like Susan G. Coleman. And Brian's yelling at me because my headset.
You don't have to tell everybody.
Well,
just fix it.
Okay.
Jeremiah does the same thing, and Savannah goes, like this.
That's not how she sounds. She's got a cute accent.
Yeah, that's bad. But
anyways, the almonds came up, and like it was so refreshing to talk, because like I don't get a whole lot of other human interaction now.
I'm gonna get roasted for that later. Yeah, you don't get a lot of human interaction.
And like we're talking, and like I was just straight up like, yeah, my attitude's bad. Like my attitude is poor. I am not physically, but like intentionally having to put work in every single day to maintain just an even level of attitude. And it is so hard. So I'm trying to do things like every single night now. I'm listening to a book before I go to sleep, because I can't read one because my kids will stay up, and it's just a whole thing. It's just a whole thing. So I'm trying. And it just kind of gave me like such a good perspective on like how adaptable humans are. And like, that's a good thing and a bad thing. Like, we've adapted so much to like, this is how we live. This is how we're going to live forever. Like my attitude is,
we have no
gone.
idea
and, like,
what it's like to live in a house or more than 400 square feet.
But it's just so easy. Like, you get around bad association and it becomes your normal. You get around, you live a couple months in your camper. And you're like, I'm a camper person for life now. Like, it's just so easy. And then you get around other people who are like hungry for it, who are in it to like, change the stars of their family and stuff. And like, it's just, association is so important because it helps you see outside of your little bubble, So.
It challenges you to keep a good attitude. I'll tell you that. Everything we've been through, good, bad, or ugly, nothing victim, like you said earlier. But, at the same point, like, we want to stay motivated and stay humble and stay moving the needle forward for us, our team, our guys. Also keep them motivated,
We're looking into some really cool things, things that are scary as a business owner, like insurance and retirement stuff, like just different things that we can offer as a company to stay competitive, and take care of our guys.
Yeah, we really want to take care of our guys. Our guys are our next mission, our guys and our team.
Yeah, but as a business owner, you guys know, like, I don't even know the first thing to do to start looking at that sometimes when I think about like HR type matters. Like, it challenges me every single day to get better and to like learn new things or like network with other people at other companies, like Brandy with
Atlas.
At Atlas.
Yep.
Like
Sam and Brandy are phenomenal people.
We
want to get to know them more.
Get dinner with them forever now.
Yep.
But it's just
Brian Kazak, Brian and Kim. Yep. Yeah. There's so much that we're pumped about. And frankly, we should be getting our, it's the 8th or 9th today. So we should be getting our financials back from September. And I'm curious to see how we're doing year to date with all of our progress. Because we should be up, 15, 20% now. It should start
really snowballing.
Yeah, net operating income is up as well. Like profits starting to pad stats in the bank account, which is great. Always happens this time of year. Wish it would have happened a couple months ago. It's just been an expensive year. So many of you guys are doing the exact same stuff and in the exact same boat. So
and the world is freaking crazy right now. Like
hurricanes, wars, election. Folks, if you don't have something to plug into, whether it's a live event, for the love of God, make sure you don't unplug from podcasts just to stay positive or try to get an injection of positivity once a day.
Have a lifeline. Yeah.
Yeah. Because literally, I'm out and about. People are miserable. They're angry. People are killing each other over the dumbest of stuff, and it's just like everybody wants to be mean or go to war. Everybody's just there's so much tension and animosity out there. Now we choose to try to believe in Camelot over here and stay positive, but so many people are out there just going to war with each other, man, going to guns and frustrated at things and pissed off at things. And I'm like, dude, I kind of feel you. I'm with you.
I get it. I go to the grocery store and a chicken used to be the cheapest way to buy like meat, as a whole chicken. I don't even know. It's insane.
It's like $9-10 for a freaking chicken.
No, it's more than that, Brian. It was like, it obviously depends on the weight of the chicken.
No, that was the eggs.
But
$9.39 for eggs at Costco.
Yep.
I was like, what the hell?
It's insane. I don't even want to get into it because it's crazy.
Ending on a high note.
I will end it on a high note.
What?
We have a chest freezer and a generator now, so we can officially buy a half a cow.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Me too.
I've always wanted to feel prepared and kind of just set at ease with especially with the way the grocery pricing and stuff is going. We contacted a local farmer, grass fed,
we've been wanting to do that for a long time. And then again, we saw a reel the other day of a farmer showing what a half a cow looks like. And the meat is dark red versus
compared
this
to what
bright
we get at the grocery
neon
store.
red. Yeah, at the grocery store. And you're just like, dude, they're messing with the food. They're messing with everything. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. I'm sure that's another podcast.
You should do a 10 hat podcast one day and just talk about the wildest conspiracy theories. And
I could easily burn up an hour just on flat Earth and just on chemtrails.
You know who's a big conspiracy theorist?
Who?
Bernie Allman.
Is she really?
Caleb won't let her talk about it.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the best stuff.
I was telling her my theories about the hurricanes, and she was like, Caleb won't let me talk about it.
Oh, yeah. They control the weather. I've been saying this for 10 years on YouTube and, 5 years on the podcast. For everybody's always known me as the weather, people are like, hey, what do you think about, what's the weather look like next week? I go, I don't know. Ask the government. And then people go, and I'm like,
oh, seriously?
No, seriously, bro. And I'm like, I could show you the cloud seeding machines that
they made. Are you a flat earther?
No. I wish Jeremiah I could tell the story at length of when we were driving at 1:00 in the morning in an Uber to LMN Summit in Orlando. I had this guy convinced that he was high as a kite. So they made
That's
the
great.
convincing.
You guys are in a car with a inebriated driver.
You're telling me at 1 a.m. I had that guy convinced that flat earth. He goes, man, this is the trippiest conversation I've ever had. I go, I know, right? I said, why do you think the thing arcs over the Disney castle?
Right,
I said,
Jasper.
dude, I had all this stuff. And the guy was like, Man, this is some trippy conversation. And Jeremiah's like, please stop talking. So it was good, but we should do a tinfoil hat podcast. Maybe we'll do it at a Quip Expo. We'll round up a couple people and best tinfoil hat conspiracy. If you guys have them, send them.
Related to, like,
if you have them, send them, and I will dedicate a whole podcast show. Somebody's going to click it and be like, man, season's getting slow.
Like, convince me of your wildest conspiracy theory.
Oh my God.
You have 5 minutes.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Like, and I'll give you like my, I believe you or don't believe you, blessing or not blessing on it. Like, did we ever go to the moon? Or are we filming all that stuff underwater? There were some NASA videos the other day of bugs flying in the video stream, and people even the pilot, the NASA astronaut goes, like, looks at it and goes, oh, that's not supposed to be. It was like a moth or something, like the craziest stuff. All that stuff. So if you think we went to the moon,
you're losing this.
Yeah. I'm fired up now. Now I'm fired up. All right. Well, I think we're going to land the plane right here.
Nice 20-minute podcast.
Land the plane, like 9/11. We can go on that one for another half hour.
Oh my God,
Oh
Brian.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'll do all of them. All of them. People thinking the government doesn't lie to you. I don't think anybody thinks that anymore.
I don't think anybody thinks that anymore.
What do they say? Like the difference between a conspiracy and the truth is about 6 months. Something like that. Is that the statement? So that would be a fun show. We'll talk grass seed on one episode, and we'll talk about conspiracies on the next. Get us back in the charts, All right. Well, a lot of great business success and tips and advice here on today's podcast. But anything you want to land with? I can't wait to see everybody at Quip next week. You guys can still register. Thinking through that, I think whatever like the 10th is, whatever that Sunday is coming up here in like a couple days, that's the last chance to register and you get 50% off. So use promo code Brian. The new registration website works. You guys should be all set there. So any last thoughts? Are you good?
All good.
All right, guys. Well, over and out. Appreciate you guys listening in. Thanks for the update. We'll catch up with all you guys here on the next one.
Bye.
This is your invitation to L'Entrepreneur Academy Live 2024 on November 2nd in Novi, Michigan. Prepare for a dynamic day filled with expert sessions on cash flow management, business automation, client retention, marketing strategies, and more. Our stellar lineup of speakers includes Sam Rankin, Pat Murray, Ken Deemer, Brian Fullerton, Sam Gemble, Mark Bradley, Jeff Joyner. Connect with industry peers, win fantastic giveaways, and elevate your business. Don't miss our Friday night mixer for some great networking and fun. Enhance your experience with our exclusive Sunday masterclass sessions on November 3rd, featuring Jeff Joyner, Mark Bradley, and Sam Gemble. These intensive 3-hour classes are limited to 20 seats each, offering you tailored advice from the pros.
Secure your tickets now at L'EntrepreneurAcademy.com or by using the link in the podcast description.
This is your opportunity to grow and network with the best in the industry.
Visit L'EntrepreneurAcademy.com now, and we'll see you in November at LAL Live.
Before you turn off the podcast, there are 2 things that we believe you will be highly interested in. First, if you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you'll want to subscribe to our free email newsletter. It shows up in your inbox 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. The second thing is we have just launched L'Entrepreneur Academy Link. Now you can be a part of an exclusive community that links you to those who can help you grow in your lawn care business. Joining L'Entrepreneur Link will give you the tools that you need to stay accountable, get real-time expert advice, and find belonging in a community of folks who are passionate about the lawn care industry just like you. Visit L'EntrepreneurAcademy.com to learn how Link membership gives you unique access to monthly hangouts, bidding hour calls, coaching calls, expert lessons, and more. Stay ahead of the curve and level up your business with a membership to the L'Entrepreneur Academy Link. Find an easy-to-use link in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.